How's it going, everyone? This is Mitchell Mander here, and we finally got some episode summaries for episodes 62 through 65 for Pokemon Journeys. I mean, we knew pretty much what was going on for the most part in episode 65, but we still didn't have the full summary out. Well, it's out now, and some of these episodes I can finally talk about because I have more context as to what's going on in these episodes thanks to the summaries. So let's talk about it. Well, before we do that, you know the drill. If you like this type of content and you're new to the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It'd be pretty cool if you did that. Anyways, let's talk about these episodes, shall we? Okay, the summary for Pokemon Journeys episode 62 states, Go Sobble, which greatly admires Inteleon, has been practicing out-boxer-style fighting. And believe it or not, after it saves an unattended Oddish that got into trouble, probably with Team Rocket, it evolves into Drizzle. However, since it had thought that it had managed to evolve into Inteleon, it gets really let down when it looks at its reflection in the water and sees it's become a Drizzle. As a result, it secludes itself in a cave, estranging itself from Go. Now I have to say I'm pretty intrigued by the premise of this episode, because at first I wasn't sure how I felt going into this one. I was afraid they were going to do the Go reboot storyline again with Drizzle, and it was just going to be edgy and distant towards Go. But judging by this episode summary, that doesn't seem to be the case, and it has to do more so with its admiration for Inteleon and wanting to be an Inteleon, and then seeing itself as a Drizzle and being disappointed. Which I kind of find that to be kind of funny, because it's like, Sobble, you haven't seen a Drizzle before? Haven't you been around other Sobbles or Drizzles, or is Inteleon the first Inteleon you've seen? I don't know, I kind of find that to be kind of funny, because, Sobble thought it would go straight to Inteleon. I think that's pretty funny, but I like the premise of this episode. It has a lot of potential, and I think this could be a potentially good episode. The previous Sobble episode was really good, so I have some high expectations for this one. Pokemon Journeys episode 63 airs on April 23rd and is titled Challenge, the Pokemon Water Obstacle Course. Ash and Go are watching the Pokemon Water Obstacle Course, an obstacle course race for Pokemon that takes place in the sea, live on TV. It turns out that Chiari, the partner of the Vaporeon that ended up winning the race, is a friend of the Sakuragi Labs aide Kikuna. Koharu saw how fascinated Eevee was with Vaporeon, so she decides to visit Chiari together with Ash and Go, so they can meet this Vaporeon it admires so much. Now, regarding this episode, there's not really a whole lot to talk about. It does seem like this could be a fun fillerish episode. Now I say it's fillerish now, but with Eevee having some spotlight in this episode, maybe it's a canon episode, maybe it gets some good development, who knows. But as of right now, it seems like this could be a potentially fun episode. I will say apparently Dracovish is returning for this episode, and it's been a little while since we've seen Dracovish, which has been kind of annoying considering the fact that he's one of Ash's Pokemon and he's been absent for over 10 episodes, which is kind of unacceptable. So hopefully Dracovish makes more appearances from now on. I know some people don't really like Dracovish, but, what are you going to do? Ash caught him, so I want him to get some development. Now, Pokemon Journeys episode 64 is airing on April 30th and is titled The Detested Absol. Ash and Go have received a research request from Hoji in the Hoenn region, a boy Ash battled a while ago. It turns out that the hot spring inn Hoji's grandfather runs isn't getting any water anymore. The villagers blame the disaster Pokemon Absol, but is this really Absol's doing? Ash and Go head to the Hoenn region to pin down the actual cause. Now, while I like the premise for this episode, I like the fact that Ash and Go are returning to the Hoenn region. That's cool. And Go potentially could capture Absol in this episode. That's all great, but the thing I like the most going in this episode is the fact that Hoji is returning. Yeah, remember Hoji? That guy that Ash faced off in that Hoenn tournament back in episode 7? That guy? Yeah, he's coming back. So instead of being a character of the day, this guy's a recurring character now. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I'm all for this. But the reason why I like this so much is the fact that I didn't think Hoji was ever going to be returning again in the Pokemon Journey series. I thought he was a one-off character, just a character of the day that just showed up for that episode, and that was that. So I like the fact that he's returning here, and the fact of the matter is it seems like him and Ash have become friends as a result of their battle. So I like that. That's pretty cool. But this tells me that other characters that have only made a single appearance in Pokemon Journeys could potentially return for an episode. So this opens the door for pretty much any character to return. So I think that's pretty neat. There's some characters that have only made one appearance in Pokemon Journey so far that I actually like a lot. So it'd be pretty cool if they show up. I know that we're anticipating characters like Iris and Gary and other past characters to return. But if there are characters that are introduced within Journeys, I don't mind them returning as long as I like them in the first place, that is. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on the summary for episode 65 since I made a whole video about episode 65 the other day. So I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that I didn't mention in that video because I didn't have the information at the time. So here we go. So anyways, Ash gets a letter from Iris, and the battle between them is taking place at the Opalistic City Gym. So that's pretty cool. I like the fact that Iris can understand how Dragon-type Pokemon feel, so she detects Ash's Dragonite's feelings. So that's going to be an interesting meeting. I'm looking forward to that. And now a passionate battle between Ash and Iris with the advancement of the Pokemon World Championships Hyperclass online begins. So I gotta say, I'm really excited for this episode now. So I wasn't sure if Iris was going to be part of the Pokemon World Championships or not, but we got official confirmation that that's the case. And not only that, she's far up in the Pokemon World Championships. In fact, she's about ready to go into the Hyper Class. So this is really exciting. I will say it is kind of crazy to think that Ash is already getting into the Hyper Class. It seems like he just basically shot through the Super Class, and I think they should have spent more time in the Super Class. But regardless, I think this episode is still going to be a pretty good episode. Now this is a Dragon battle, so there's a chance that Dracovic could potentially participate in the battle. But if I'm being completely honest, I wouldn't get your expectations too high. Just anticipate at least the Dragonites facing off against one another. If Dracovic gets the fight, that's cool. We get to see it in action, but I'm just saying, don't get your expectations up too high. Expect at least Dragonite versus Dragonite. Just saying. Alrighty guys, that's all I got for this video. So in the comment section down below, let me know what you think of these episodes and which episodes you're most excited for. Post your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I'll talk to you guys later.